Welcome back to the Force Feed. In today's gaming news, a Dark Souls modder plays the game in first person, the next games with gold titles are announced, and Xbox One cheaters and jerks will be punished. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Force here with your day's gaming news. First up today, Dark Souls is a notoriously difficult but also very rewarding game. Well, thanks to YouTube user and Dark Souls modder Soul Slasher, you can now play the game in first-person perspective, making it that much more difficult. Playing Dark Souls in first-person perspective requires several mods along with making changes to the player body, head size, and camera location. Unfortunately, as it stands, the gameplay is quite awkward when this is done, but who knows what improvements could be made in the future. So in concept, I think this is a fantastic idea. Being able to play through Dark Souls from the first-person perspective would be a huge challenge and a lot of fun. Unfortunately, in execution, this looks and plays like total garbage from what I've seen in the video, and even the modder himself said that it's not all that great at the moment. But if this can be iterated upon and improved, it could be a heck of a lot of fun. And yeah, I'd probably do speedruns and completely cheat, but you know, whatever. Next up, we've got the next deals for the Games for Gold program. For those of you with Xbox Live Gold, you get a couple more free games next month. From August 1st to the 15th, Xbox Live Gold members can download Crackdown, the crime-fighting open-world sandbox game, for free. After that, from the 16th to the end of the month, the next free games will be both Dead Rising 2 and its prologue, Case Zero. You know, I actually have some really fond memories of Crackdown. I remember being in college, sitting in my room playing the game, while the rest of my roommates were in the common area having a party. And then I'd go over and go, "Hey, shut up! I'm collecting orbs!" And that's basically my recollection of Crackdown. Finally in news today, we're going to talk about the Xbox Live program for reputation and punishing bad players and rewarding good players. And mainly this is going to be a matchmaking system where the good players play together and the bad players sit in a cesspool having a terrible time. The Xbox One reputation system will be based on a sliding scale of 0 to 100, although players will only ever see one of three brackets: good player, needs work, and avoid me. As a new player, you'll start off in the 75 range and go up over time with no negative reports, or down over time with consistent negative feedback. A handful of negative comments in a week isn't going to be enough to drastically affect your score. It will take hundreds to thousands of complaints to do that. There's a couple of other really interesting points about this system. Number one, you don't have to worry about being flooded by people. So for example, say a community, people on NeoGAF for example, decided to bombard one particular individual. A series of couple of hundred, for example, negative comments or reports isn't gonna actually really negatively affect your score. It's more the long term that they're looking at. And if you're consistently getting negative feedback game after game after game after game for weeks and months on an end. But yeah, if you get bombarded, not gonna be a big deal. The other thing is there's actually gonna be a weighting system in terms of how valuable your complaints are. So for example, if you're someone who doesn't complain about players often, but the players you do complain about eventually go in that bottom tier, then your future votes are going to be worth a lot more than someone who's consistently reporting people all the time, and they actually aren't bad players, it turns out, because they're not getting reported by a lot of other people on the long term. This is a really, really great system, and I hope that, you know, the next PlayStation console and even online games and systems on the PC try to adopt something like what we're going to be seeing here in the Xbox Live reputation system for the Xbox One. I know as much as people love to hate on the Xbox One and Microsoft, this is a fantastic system that they have in place. I know that currently there are reputation systems that exist, but the outline that they have here for this particular one has me rather intrigued. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's episode of the show. As always, thank you so much for watching. Once again, this has been Force, and you have just been force fed. I just wanted to address something. I see comments on a regular basis in the Force feed concerning the way I look, and it's been things like, "Oh, Force, you look really tired, you should get some rest," or "Force, it looks like you're sick." Now my response to that is, well, I'm tired a lot of the time because I don't sleep very well because I work a ton on this stupid channel, and yeah, I'm sick. I got Lyme disease. So stop telling me. I know I look like crap. You don't have to keep reminding me. Thanks.